Yeah, we're live. Oh my gosh. I just love technology.
Hey, I like your look. Happy Monday. You look awesome.
Happy Monday. I just came out of the gym. I'm just like, it's seemingly I go to sleep on a Friday night. I wake up on a Monday and my entire brain has been erased. I don't know if anybody else has.
It's all good. It's all good.
All of a sudden, I don't know how to push buttons or make my technology work, but here we are. Thank goodness.
I'm
here today.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here today with Kristen Poborsky, who is an expert in content marketing. And I was looking at your new site; it looks really good. And she helps entrepreneurs make money with their websites and really understand kind of that whole marketing structure in strategy and social media and how to get people to actually contact you, which is really great because all of us are moving to online marketing. And so Kristen does content marketing, web development, blogging, SEO, killer products and programs. I'm just reading down your list. It's really impressive. You become kind of a full service agency is what I'm looking at. And, using Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn to really reach out to your clients and create relationships so that people understand what you do and how you can help them. So, I know that you love helping entrepreneurs build their businesses from the ground up. So we definitely need someone like you to help us understand the whole marketing thing. Most of the people I work with, and myself included, are more on the conscious, spiritual, service-based side and find it fairly challenging to do the online marketing thing. To really understand what it needs to do and kind of almost in a way, the simple steps to begin really bringing attention to yourself online. So I know we want to talk about that today, but and you work for Microsoft. I like that you're an Infusionsoft expert. Like so many of us have bought Infusionsoft and we don't know how it works, right?
Yeah. That was like the breaking point of where I really realized that I had to go back for one more kick in the butt in the corporate world before I really realized, okay, I'm done with this. So and really get clear about what I really wanted to do, and that's really help entrepreneurs, specifically coaches and healers, people like that, and therapists build their online businesses, right? So, and before we get started, I just want to let everybody know that who's watching us, what we're talking about here today is how to be a profitable blogger. And so this is like one of the foundational pieces that everybody in their business needs to know. And that we've got a link in the notes down below to go and get the handout that I've created for this particular conversation you and I are having. So I just don't want to get too far in here and people not to know that they can go and download the guide where I go through everything that we're going to talk about today.
Right. So they don't really have to take notes as much as just be with us, actually.
Yep. Because really that's what we're talking about. Plain and simple, profitable blogging. Because really that's the foundational piece that everybody needs to build those relationships with potential clients and people who are their clients right now. You need that, right? We want to lead with content. That's really what gets people to notice you and to come back to your website.
Yeah, I think, it's challenging because entrepreneurs kind of think they can push a button and all these people start to respond, right? And we laugh about it all the time because we know it's not as instantaneous. It's more of a build out.
It is.
So
but that being said, and I don't mean to jump in here, if people listening to us today did one thing, it would make a big difference. This number one thing was like the one thing that we were going to talk about. Because again, I want everybody to know that's listening to us here, all roads should lead back to your website. I mean, and you want to lead with content. So that being said, and we've talked about this a lot, and we've seen, you and I have seen, you know, when we work together with clients, when we apply this one thing that I'm going to talk about right now, it can take people's website from here to here, right? And beyond.
Right.
And that is, and I'll just give you the answer. And that answer is really to research and find out what it is that your ideal client wants to learn about. How can you help them? That's it. It's pretty simple. But you go then.
Yeah, and it's really
go ahead.
Direct about it, right?
Right.
It's really being direct about it. What do people want to know?
It's simple, but you've got to do the research. It's all about the research and listening.
So do you have any suggestions for people in terms of research? Is it just going into Google, simply
there's
looking for?
I'll give you, like, I've got my 1, 2, 3, 6 top. I mean, there's a million ways that you can go out there and research and find out what people want to hear about. But I'm going to give you 5 different ways, okay? So my favorite one, everybody, if you're out here, write this word down and go look it up when you're done listening to us. And that is BuzzSumo. Once I learned about that tool called BuzzSumo, started using it for research, that was huge. And basically what you use there is you just type in whatever topic it is, and it comes up with the most popular content on that topic. So unlimited topic ideas that have already been vetted around your specific, say, keyword or whatever you think you want. You immediately know. And then the second one is Reddit. So Reddit, same kind of thing. There, it's a forum, and you can see what people are talking about and really dive in and see what questions people are asking, what topics. Is there a lot of chatter around it? So another way. A third one is called Answer the Public, and that's kind of cool. It doesn't give you, like, say, here's like the most, popular, but it shows you what questions people are asking. And that's good to know too, because then you can answer those in your blog post. My next one is popular blog posts. And how do you find those? You go to your competitors and you go and look and see on their websites. A lot of people will have on their sidebar most popular blog posts, and you can look and see what are the popular topics on their blog. Or you can just go through their blog and start looking through their content and seeing what people are liking and responding to, and if they're asking questions, things like that. Just really great ways. And then, last but not least is Google. But I really I still think Google's great and go Googling it. But I think going through some of these other avenues first is going to give you a lot more robust insight.
Thought about what people are talking about. So you would suggest like BuzzSumo. Is that free, or is that something you pay for, or how does that work? BuzzSumo.
You can go on there for free, but you're limited to how much content you see and how many search queries you can do. So I generally kind of stick with the free because I don't need to see 20 pages of content ideas. Usually the top ones are there. You don't need to have 30, 40 blog post ideas on a particular subject. So I generally say you can get away with that. So all of the other ones are free. So all those
that's great.
Free, like I said, everything's free. BuzzSumo, you may decide for yourself if you go out there and use it, if you might want to pay for it. But yeah, if you do that, I mean, we know, we've seen this. It's really, you can't just throw a noodle on the wall and expect it to stick. You save a lot of headache by going out and really picking topics that people care about. You'll see a dramatic change. Yeah.
People are really wanting to do that. Okay. Yeah. And then I know I'm always challenged by this, by planning and staying organized on topics. Do you have any tips or any things that you suggest people do about that in terms of planning out their content?
Yeah. So what in that handout, I go through like the 6 steps of writing a blog post. I have it all laid out, right? So I'll go through the 6 steps of what I see, because what I believe is that actually there's 7 steps. One would be research. So research your content, build your content plan, right? And then the next step, 2, create an outline. I always like to do that. Create an outline of what I'm going to write and just like jot it all down. Go away, come back, whatever, fill in the content. Go in and then just fill in the content, and then maybe go away and come back and take a look at it again, right? Then once I'm all done writing it, then I go and find a photo and create whatever kind of graphic. And then if I think this is a topic where I can easily create a content upgrade, that's like a little simple checklist, not something that's going to take forever, I'll do that for my blog post. But I don't do it for every blog post because it can be time consuming. So I've got a little personal system I use to make it simplified. Okay. Then once I'm all done, then I'll go back and do some keyword research. For that, I use the Google Keyword Planner tool. And I just go and look for the keywords. And then I'll go back and edit the article and make sure my keywords are in there. And then finally put it on the website and do the on-page SEO, which, we do that for you. You just hand us your blog post and then we go and fill in all those pieces. But again, that's key. Yeah, key to doing. So that's really 7 steps. So I really kind of break it all up into different sessions where I'll do all of the research, and then I'll create a couple outlines. So what I use when I do that is like time block it, and then I break it up into 25-minute increments. And that keeps me focused, and I can break it up and then walk away and come back. And I think that's really important when you're blogging, is to be able to go away and come back and then work on it and not feel like pressure to sit down and do it all at once.
So that would be how you get it kind of out of your head and onto a structure so that you can kind of sit with it and be with it and massage it and work with it. So it's not always just sitting down and banging something out.
Right. That's why having that outline, just that outline of what you're going to say, and then the rest of it goes so much faster.
So I just want to say, if you're here listening, you can type in a question. If you have a question for Kristen around blogging and how it works or anything like that, you can, let's see, I got some people watching in the queue. You can, you can ask some questions and I can read them off the side here, and we can talk about it if you want. I know blogging is such a mystery for people, like how to structure it. And I know, Kristen, you're really good at giving people like this guide. Is going to be great for people because it's how to actually structure the blog itself, right? And then put in,
this is
have a call to action.
This is the productivity. This is like how to kind of set everything up. Now I have like templates that on my website. I teach a whole course in the different templates and how to format. This is really more of how to, this handout that I've given is more how to set up, like If you don't do that number one thing, all the formatting in the world isn't going to make a difference on your blog. If you don't have content, so this is really I'm trying to give them the big picture.
Yeah, so if you don't do the research.
Yeah, you might as
well. If you don't do the
research,
and that's people, right.
Yeah, I mean, sure, there's so many people that struggle and they throw up their hands in frustration. Nobody's reading their stuff and they're wondering why. It really boils down to is what you're writing about. And sometimes just changing a few words in what you're writing about. So like for me, I used to always write about article writing. But when I started using the words like blogging and things like that, then that gave me the traction. So that
more people are looking for that.
Yes. The other thing too that people need to remember is you need to research and then you need to be paying attention what is your own hot content and then creating more of it. But start with what is proven out there. Try some different topics, right? So
and then you can see
what
people are open. Right. Like what I know when we worked with
Yeah. And then, the other thing is that people need to remember is when you've blogged, don't let it die on your blog. What you want to do is to keep sharing it out there. So have a system, Hootsuite, Social Oomph, whatever, that continually shares your content, your blog posts out there on your social media platforms.
Right. So you're reusing the content over and over.
Yeah.
Onto the LinkedIn, Twitter,
Facebook.
So it's just coming out. I know.
Instagram.
Is there
whatever platform?
Is there a certain platform that you think is better than another, or are they all kind of equal in terms of the social media?
Well, I think
really looking to see where your clients are.
Well, yeah, exactly that. And I think that now Facebook is so awesome that you can really, if you have money to invest. So once you get your regular traffic, you then need to kind of morph into paid traffic if you really want to take your business to the next level, right? And that really is Facebook. Because, and I would say, if you're going to do your energies anywhere, is to start building that following on Facebook first.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love the fact that we're doing this TV show.
Yeah. I mean, because
it's like when you go on Facebook, it's like you have your own TV show.
Right. And what do we do with your TV show? When you're done with the TV show, we take it and we broadcast it on other platforms. We take it, we put it on YouTube, we put it on your blog, and then we don't let it die. We keep sharing this great content with people out across social media. So this is perfect because you really get a big bang for your buck. And we know, you and I both know, the power of video. And maybe we want to talk about that with people about how important, we're talking about blogging. If there was one medium that we would suggest for people to be using, if not just the written word, but video. And so why don't you talk about that? Because you shoot blogs or video blogs for people, and you've seen the success. So why don't you share that with people? Because that totally fits into this conversation.
Yeah, it's been totally amazing, right? Like I just shot those 3 videos for a client that you and I work on together. And he's just gotten so relaxed in front of the camera. It's extraordinary. And I know when we first started working with him, I had him writing, right? Like every Thursday he would write tips and blogs and stuff like that. And over the years, the last couple of years, we've moved him over to video. And what's occurred for him is that people are contacting him from all over the world because people are watching video. I'm not sure exact, but it's something like 80% more people are watching videos, and of those, most of their videos on Facebook. I think that's because people are on Facebook a lot of the times, interacting or talking or seeing things, and so they're watching videos. I know I've just spent. I hardly ever do anything but watch videos at night, whether I'm looking at friends who are doing videos, or if I'm over on YouTube looking at some topic I'm interested in.
Right.
It's educational platform. People are very hungry for information, and of course, once you get all that information, then you get overwhelmed with how do I implement. And that's when it's great to have someone like you on your team to go, okay, let's just organize this out. Let me show you, do this, this, and this, or send it to me. Like I send my stuff to you, and I go, Kristen, do this, please. Because
I don't know how to just do it.
It can be a little right.
But let's come back
to the power of videos.
Yeah, because in this case, in this person that we're talking about, we've done a couple, but and there's been one that has gotten 64,000 views, and he's done another one on that same subject, and it's up over 2,500 views. And a lot of his
toxic relationship. Is that one?
7 Signs You Can't
Toxic Relationship.
Functional Family. That one's the 64,000 views, and he gets like 10,000 views a month. Not every video is going to be like that, and that's the same with your blog posts. But he's had people from all over the world, watch it. It's been very powerful. He just launched a new program based on that.
Right, because one of the things that's so powerful is you can see when you're blogging or doing video what people respond to, what they're really interested in. I know when we started with him, he was your general marriage and family therapist. And as we started blogging and seeing what people were actually interested in, it narrowed the topics because it was obvious.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, can you talk about whatever, more of a general broad topic that a lot of people talk about. He got very specific about, relationships, how you're raised and how that affects your your mature relationships, your marriages, or looking for a partner, any of those things. And in fact, we just finished this video on resilience. I love filming these things with him because I learn all this stuff. So resilience, and how if your background was, as a kid, your family was more chaotic, or you had alcoholism or some dysfunction there in your family, that resilience is harder for you as an adult.
Yeah.
And that there's things you can do to support yourself. Because we all need to be more resilient, certainly as entrepreneurs, but in this particular day and age, it's more demanding because of the change factor and how much we are learning and the information that's coming at you.
Well, let's go back to the one specific.
Is there anything?
Let's go back to the one specific.
Yeah.
I'm working with him and all these videos.
So let's go back to
Can you turn off the Facebook too? Because I'm echoing. Can you turn off the Facebook too? Because I'm echoing back.
You going what?
I hear an echo in the background. You don't hear it? There's an echo in the background. You don't hear it?
No.
There's fun. Okay.
Must be you, because I don't have an echo.
Oh, okay.
I think you're fine. So,
okay.
we've been kind of talking about this for about 30 minutes. Do you want to go back and kind of review the step-by-step guide, or talk a little bit about, people, you'll be able to download the step-by-step guide to working with profitable and creating a profitable blog post below this particular broadcast. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm not really seeing anything but wonderful comments over here. I'm not seeing any questions, but if you have any questions about it, Kristen can come back and answer them for you, which is really great.
Of course.
Is there anything else?
Of course.
Is there anything else you want to kind of touch on or talk about as we're getting up to 10 o'clock here?
Well, I guess the most important thing, like I said, was if and then measure.
Oh, now I'm hearing a little.
Measure and listen to what people are responding to. That's how, with other clients that had successful businesses.
Yeah, so you're not really shooting in the dark. You actually have some matrix or some things, trends to see what people are interested in having you talk about.
Right. So download.
And I thought it was
download that guide. And it will
the guide will really help you. That's going to have like the suggestions on the research too, right? Which I think is really important. Really important to look at is your research. And what are people interested in? Even if you're just spending like an hour a week looking at what are people really looking for, then you can start to hone your message into that.
Yep.
And I think that's great. Yep. So thanks so much for being here today. It's really awesome. I can't wait to download my step-by-step guide. I'm not that strong in research, so I know there's always something for me to learn and something for me to do. But definitely in the online arena, you want to be researching and really understand the trend and what people are looking for.
And then paying attention to our own
numbers. Charting your own numbers and seeing, people are opening this, or people are watching this, or people are commenting on this. So
could be
that's
your next
really important.
Could be your next great idea. For
exactly. All of a sudden you'll get an idea. Yeah, and then it makes everything so much easier in terms of serving your clients or making offers or programs that your clients really want, because you're watching what they're listening to and what they're responding to.
Exactly.
And it's just the next step is to make a program that addresses those issues or educates people or supports them in moving forward in that arena.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome.
Mm-hmm. Simple.
Thank you, Kristen. It's Renegade Branding. So simply, if you want to see some of the blogs I've written or videos, you can go to renegadebranding.com. And Kristen, your website is kristenpoborsky.com. I think that'll be in the notes below, right, for people? So they can go, because you have a lot of great. Okay.
Handout.
It'll be on the handout, and then people can, go to your website and see all these you have a lot of great things that you teach people to do. So it's a terrific resource for people who really want to develop their online presence and learn some of the ways to do it. And then if they need some help, they can ask you, which is great.
Exactly.
So that's what I always say, get help. I'm like, I don't know. Get some help.
Heck yes.
Is to not know how to do it, actually, and find out from the people that do.
Yeah.
So thanks for being with me today.
Hey, thanks for having me. It was my pleasure.
Thanks everybody for watching the video. And if you want to download Kristen's handout. The link is below. If you want to leave any questions about blogging and research and what else might be available, leave it below and we'll come back and answer your questions. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.